Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode on Season 3 of the River Styx server. My name is Sim and in today's episode we're going to get some starter crops going, get my starter base going, and maybe build a mine shaft to do some mining. So let's get started. So to start off with, I've already been walking around a little bit and I've got some stuff here to get some crops going, some carrots, potatoes, even one, I got lucky enough to find a pumpkin. We've got some eggs to maybe grow some chickens so we can get some nice meat in us. And then we've got a little bit of spruce here that I came across and some cobblestone. Now, I found this nice little area here. It's quite good. Nice big wide open area. By the time we finish with this, it's going to be completely transformed. We've got nice access over here to the ocean, so if we want to get anything out here, we can. And if you look over there where you can see the sugarcane, there's a village just behind that hill, so that gives us good access to all that sort of stuff. So we're going to get started now. I'm going to start off by building some simple crop farms, maybe a little bit of a get all this sort of stuff down, the carrots, potatoes, the sugarcane, get a bit of wheat growing, get some eggs, see if hopefully I can get a chicken out of there so I can get a little egg farm going, and maybe later on we can upgrade that to a chicken farm. So I'm going to get some of that done and I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so I found this spot over here. I've sort of plotted out a little bit of an area. I've just done a little bit of work. So that over there, you can see a few furnaces up there in the distance. That's basically where we were at the start. So I've come up with this spot over here. It's a nice little spot. There's just going to be our little starter house. I'm going for a bit of a farmhouse feel. I've sort of plotted it outward a little bit with some logs just to sort of mark out where it's going to go as a rough sort of idea. And I quite like the way that the terraining is actually already done. Now I'm going to smooth it off a little bit and just fix up a couple of the edges. So if I come back up here and I turn around, you can see that it's got these nice little natural curves to it, and it just looks really nice the way it comes into the cove. So what I'm thinking is that what we'll do, we'll build the house and then we'll have a little pathway coming out. So this here is the main entrance. This is the front entrance of the house. So from there, we'll have some path coming out this way sort of thing. Just a rough, this isn't exactly where it's going to go, but rough idea sort of thing. And then maybe sort of have something come down here into like maybe a little jetty or something like that, just a little where we can park our boat. And then on either side of this we'll have different crops. So like this might be, say, wheat over here, or this whole layer might be wheat all the way around, and then we might have some carrots on the next one down, and then potatoes, and so on and so forth. And then of course as we get lower we can even chuck all the sugarcane in right down the bottom there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Just got to basically clear a bit more area out here because this is going to be the floor area. Actually, that's going to be this is going to be the floor level. So I've actually got to clear all this out as well. So I've got a bit of clearing out to do. I've just gone caving a little bit, got a bit of iron, so I'm ready to go now. And yeah, I'll start a quick time lapse and we'll start building up the framework of the house. See you soon. Alright, now you can see we've got the framework done for our house now. I've chucked a bit of flooring in as well just to give a bit of an idea. All these spaces in here that still have grass, and in between all these ones on the outside here, this will all be filled with stone eventually. It'll be stone, cobblestone, stone bricks. It'll just be a bit of a combination. It'll look really good. This front little bit here is going to be like a veranda, and then obviously the rest of this is inside. We will have a second story on it eventually, which will be our master bedroom, and then the rest of this will have we'll tuck in a little enchanting room here. Down over this side we'll stick a little brewing station, just once we get around to it, once we have enough stuff for it and things like that. Now in the meantime, what we need, because of the walls being made out of stone, we're going to need to come down and get some stone. So we're going to head down to diamond level, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to dig my staircase down and my big room out so I can start getting prepared for doing some mining. And this is where I'm going to get my stone from for all of that. So I'll just get this done and I'll be with you shortly. Okay, so I've dug down the staircase down to Y level 11. I've dug out this big hole. Now I got lucky and found some diamonds over here, which is fantastic. I'll dig them out shortly with you guys here. And over this side here, I also found another diamond in the wall there. So what my plan is here is where these torches are here. This is going to be like the mine shaft going in. This roof, don't worry, it's going to get a lot higher. I'm going to dig out another probably 6 or 7 blocks above me. But basically, yeah. So we're going to have behind this wall here, we're just going to have a big long tunnel that'll take off left and right to different mine shafts, and then these walls here will just be covered in storage. For now, it'll just be like our first storage system. It'll be pretty comprehensive, but at least it'll give us something to start off with. Up here, we've got an abandoned mine shaft, which is fantastic. I did have a little bit of a look around. I didn't do too much. I did, mainly because I died. I need some better armor and some better gear before I come through here, but I found a cave spider spawner, so that's a good little starter XP grinder there, maybe, if I can hopefully get around it well enough. Might be a little bit low, but we'll work it out. Right, then over here I've got a few little furnaces set up. I'm just trying to build up some iron and stuff. I've got a little bit from digging out this room, but not a great deal. But yeah, I keep running out of coal more than anything. So, and this one over this side, so I've got some chickens up the top. If you remember at the start of the episode, I pointed out some eggs that I had. And those eggs I hatched one chicken from that, and then as that laid some eggs, I kept hatching them, and they've been doing a good job, and we've got quite a bit here. So over here, I'm going to put an automatic chicken roast chicken farm. So it's going to sit right here in this spot here. I'm going to build that right now, so that way the chickens can start growing and laying eggs, and at least that way we've got something going while we're waiting. And then while I'm digging out this room, we'll hopefully have some chickens and we won't keep running out of food, because these are literally my last 3 pork chops right there. So let's get that done. Okay, so I've now finished digging out my hole down there, which I'll get to in a moment. I'll show that to you later on. Basically right now I'm just going to finish off my little starter house here, at least the first floor. We'll see if I got some time, I'll get the second floor done. I've dug up a whole heap of resources here, so this is sort of the stone variations that I'm going to be using throughout. I'm going to be using mostly like the mossy cobblestone like around the bottom, so it sort of looks like it's sort of weathered a bit more. Things like the stone bricks mostly like around the edges. Yeah, around the edges and things like that, with a few cracked stone variances in there. And then of course we've got some smooth stone, so this is all going to be randomly placed between all these walls. So I'm going to start a quick time lapse and you can watch me do that, and we'll be right back. Hello YouTube, Sim here. There was a small minor corruption on this next video. The first bit got cut off. Basically it just says that we haven't put the windows in yet, we haven't done the detailing, but this is the starter house. So let's get back into it. Self done at least, all the way around. There will be some windows put in here later on. We'll get to those once we get some of the interior done. As far as the inside is concerned, it's all completely empty at the moment. Just torches everywhere, things like that. I'm planning on putting maybe like a brewing room over here, and on this side over here we'll do like an enchanted station. I've gathered all the books and all the leather and things like that. So yeah, and then over here, and then the rest of this I'm not entirely sure. Up here we've got, well actually first of all under here we've got some secret like hidden storage if we need to hide any of our goodies away. We've got a little staircase that goes up here. And this brings us up to our little bedroom up here. So at the moment it looks pretty empty with just a bed in the middle of the room, but this will get filled out later on once we get some detailing done. And then we've got a nice little balcony here, which will, once I get rid of all these trees and things like that, we'll have a nice view of the ocean and whatever else we put out here. So it looks pretty good, I think. So I mentioned to you earlier on that we've done I've dug out the mine shaft down the bottom, not the mine shaft, sorry, the room down the bottom where the mine shaft is going to go. So I'll just take you down there, I'll show you what I've been doing. As you can see, we've got a big giant room down here. We've got a bit of a quick automatic chicken farm here, chickens up top. I'm sure you've all seen this before. Sorry it's so noisy, but yeah, chickens at the top lay eggs, and shoots out. Come here, when they grow up they roast up and we get a whole bunch of chickens. So they've been really handy at keeping us fed. I've got a little bit of an auto smelter here. Still need a bit more iron to finish it off because I don't really have enough iron for all the hoppers. I keep running out of iron. Down here will be the mine shaft, so that's what I still need to dig out. But otherwise the room itself is mostly dug out. Obviously no detailing done or anything like that yet, but that's what I might get stuck on now. So I might dig out the mine shaft, just make it look a bit nicer so we've got somewhere nice to mine. Before we do that, let's get our first diamond of the game. And there it is. Alright, now I'm going to put this diamond down there and we'll frame it later on. So for now, let's dig out these diamonds. So we've got some diamond tools, because that would be very handy. At least a diamond pickaxe if nothing else. Is there any more around here? No. And there was a diamond ore back here as well. So I'm kind of hoping that I can get more than just the one out of it. What's that? 2, 3. Is that all? Yeah, it looks like that's it. Alright, so for now, that's not too bad. 9, 10 diamonds with the other one down there. Now I'm going to get some obsidian, because I want to get an enchanting table made as quickly as I can. And I want to get an enchanting table made as quickly as I can, so that gives us something so we can have some better tools and armor and things like that. And then once we get this mine shaft back here done, we'll hopefully get some diamond armor and nice big upgrade. So let's get started. That was a whole lot of digging with unenchanted tools and all the rest of that. That took a very long time. Now I have actually made an enchanting table upstairs, which we'll get to later on. It got level 30 enchantments, but the enchantments I have so far aren't super great. I've got unbreaking 3 there, efficiency on my shovel, diamond axe isn't too bad to be honest with you, and I was quite happy with the sweeping edge on the diamond sword, but apart from that there's not really anything special. As you can see, my arm is pretty much completely dead. I got attacked a few times and I got no helmet or boots, so I have to sort that out later on today, but we're going to go with some more diamonds. Now while we're digging out this tunnel, did find some more diamonds. We're up to 14 now, and as you can see I've actually got full diamond tools and an extra diamond pickaxe, so that ended up going alright, but I ended up wearing this one right down to its very last durability, which was which was lucky because I only just noticed it. So this here is going to be the mine shaft, or I'll call it like the master shaft I guess, or the main shaft. So the floor will be 1 level higher than this. I still need to put all the flooring in here, but I've dug out 1 more level down here. What will happen is we'll go down this tunnel here, and then we'll have these little shafts coming off, and this is where we'll do all our branch mining. So there's basically 30 on each side, so that's a total of 60 shafts. I'll just dig them till they go to about 500 blocks, maybe 1,000 blocks. So that's a whole lot of mining to come. Now, what I've got sort of envisioned in my mind is the idea here is that if you imagine like one of those big tunnel borers that you see on TV and things like that, when they're digging out tunnels for cars and even like in the mines and things like that, they're usually this big round circular thing. So that's why I've sort of gone with this semi-circular shape. And then normally what they do is they drill through and then they back it up by putting like steel or wood or something like that to hold the walls and the roof up so it doesn't collapse in on itself. So that's what we're going to do now. I've got a whole heap of spruce down in here. And pretty much the idea here, I'll show you what the rough idea is. So pretty much we'll more or less just go, just to save wood, we'll go with some slabs on those. Alright, to round it off, we'll go with some stairs on the corners. Where's my other stair? Sorry. Okay, so stairs on the corner, and then we'll go with. Sorry, and I didn't really prepare for that. And so something like that. So it'll be a relatively circular shape. There will be some lanterns along the way, and that's going to go all the way back to that wall down there, where we'll just basically stop it off. Now later on down the track, if we ever do run out of mine shafts, which I don't think we will for a very long time, but if we do, we can always expand this down and just continue digging, so that'll be fantastic. So once I've done that, I'm just going to start getting this floor here sorted. For this floor, what we're going to pretty much do is we're going to do mostly stone brick. Sorry, I'm going to do mostly stone bricks on the vast majority of the floor, and we're just going to sort of use a bit of common sense. And I've got some of these cracked stone bricks here, and things like, you know, if you sort of imagine it like where has it been worn down the most? So people come down the steps, and you know they walk into the mine. So this area here will have some sort of cracked stone, so it sort of looks like it makes sense in a way. You know, over here to get some food. Up here, this will be the entry to the spider spawner, the cave spider spawner. That'll be our little starter XP farm. There'll be another portal coming through this wall here, and then of course you got the storage. So sort of, we'll just have a few things coming along here where it's sort of a few cracked bricks along the way. So that's something that we will work on. So I'll start a time lapse in a moment and I'll get all of that done, and I will see you in just about a minute, but for me it's probably going to take quite a bit of time. So let's get all this wood together and let's get started. was a whole lot of work. Alright, so what we got here basically is this is the basement. So the house is up there. I haven't obviously decorated any of this yet, but we'll get to that later on. But for now, we've got a big storeroom here. This is just sort of like the starter storeroom. This will just be automatic. Oh, sorry, it's manual sorting. We'll do some automatic sorting later on in the season. But for now, this is a good place to start. I do need to put signs on everything and decide where everything's going. That's going to be a lot of work. I'll do that off camera and all the rest of that. Over here, we've got a big long mine shaft with all the different mines coming off of it. So we'll pretty much just come through and we'll dig down. We'll do our mining. Once we're done with the shaft, we'll just block it off like that, so that way no mobs or anything like that come down if it's not quite lit up properly. Now, what we'll do right now that it's sort of done, is we'll stick our very first diamond of the season up here, which I will rename later on, but for now we'll just leave that there. So this is it. So over here we've got big bulk storage. This is all big bulk things, so lots of sand, gravel, those sorts of things that we want to have a whole lot of. Over this side will be mostly block space, so stones, things like that. Over this side over here, it'll be pretty much everything else. And then what we have over here is we've got like a little bit of a message board, if you will, or maybe a to-do list. So you know, we want to do a village breeder, an iron farm, naked dragon fight. I'll explain that one in a couple of episodes from now, and I think you're going to love it. And villager trading hall. So we'll get back to all of that later on. But yeah. And then over here, these are what I'm calling my project boxes. So let's say that I want to do something. Let's just, for argument's sake, let's say the village, let's say the iron farm, right? So we might go here and go iron farm, and oops, I'll do the capital R, but that's fine. Either that, or I might put it on there. And then what we'll do is we'll fill this chest with all the materials we need for an iron farm. So it'll sort of be when I've got things I want to do, I can start filling these all up with materials and grab them from there. Now I've built another portal here. This isn't quite finished. I need to get some magma blocks down the bottom here and then cover it in some black glass. I think that's going to look really good. On the roof here, I want to get some crying obsidian, and then that'll give us the nice particles of it dripping down and things like that. So I think it looks pretty good so far. Now you might notice that this side over here hasn't been touched at all, and that's because of a couple of things. So first of all, this chicken farm here is just temporary. Once we get the villager trading hall up, this will be gone for good. We've got quite a bit of food already, but I'll leave it there going for now, just so we've got plenty of food until I get some golden carrots going. So that's why I haven't done anything with this corner yet, because I haven't quite decided exactly how it's going to all lay out. So I think maybe in the next episode we'll get that cave spider spawner set up and ready to go, so that we've got a proper XP farm or some sort of basic thing anyway. Like I said, this is temporary. I'll leave it there for now. I will close it off so it looks a little bit nicer. But yeah, that's about it. And it looks like we have a slime chunk down here, which is a little bit annoying, but handy as well. So yeah, alright, so I will leave it there, and I'll see you in the next episode. If you liked what you saw today, please feel free to hit that like button, and I'd love it if you could subscribe. Definitely helps out the channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.